Mhm.
So, speaking of WWE, it seems as if a former WWE champion was backstage this past week, and his name is CM Punk. He was backstage apparently when WWE was in town, where he reportedly smoothed things over with The Miz and other WWE officials. Do you believe that Punk was trying to make a move, a political move, or do you really think that he was genuinely trying to smooth things over with other wrestlers?
With the timing, like, come on now. Like, we just had a report about how they were gonna make essentially like a whole other roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or show to pretty much accommodate Punk, which shows that there's still a lot of heat backstage with him. Maybe not universally in that locker room, but it's like, you're either on this side with Punk or you're on the other side. So maybe, just maybe, he's just trying to undo some bridges that he burnt, if you will, and
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to go to WWE and maybe like try to just rub some people that are up there. Let's be honest, like the Miz is like, even though he's not like someone that we view as like a world champion, he's definitely like a WWE guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like someone who obviously Vince McMahon has to be behind. Like his whole career, he kind of always has been on the up. Man went
Right.
from hosting to being in important matches, to having Marie's, having his own TV show. Every single child that he ever had a whole announcement. Like he's just like relatively important in relation to people backstage with WWE.
Right.
So I feel like for him to do that, that's very strategic. Like I could say all I want about CM Punk, but he is very strategic. So
Yes.
if I were him, and I don't blame him for this move, to be honest, especially with how badly he screwed up, who's to say that he could come back to AEW and that he's going to be punished? And maybe he knows that he's going to be set up because I mean he's a veteran. He's been around for how long? He knows how this business moves.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite possible that he is like, all right, just in case these people want to play in my face, let me just like while they're playing checkers, let me go play some chess and
Right.
let me just establish some pieces right here, just in case. Like, if y'all want to play in my face, well, all right, bet. I have this little secret deal with Vince in the bag where he says, like, if I do X, Y, and Z, I could just hop ship and I could get a big push and I could get everything that I want that I didn't get the first time over there or over here back at home base. So I really think that it's a little bit of both. I still think in the back of his head is still screw WWE, but I also still think that at the end of the day, Punk is going to business for himself first and foremost. So he's going to do what he has to do. The bills have to get paid somehow, y'all.
Right.
What do you think?
So, in my personal opinion, I think it could be one of two things. One, I think that it could be just, I feel like what happens with conflict in life, not just like with wrestlers, but like with everyone, right? Like conflict is a good time to reflect and reset. And there's always been this stigma around CM Punk that, he seems like a nice guy, but backstage he's a jerk or whatever the case may be. And I don't know if that's the case or not. I've never met him. He looks like a pleasant human being. But I just feel like sometimes there are times in your life where you want to put your pride aside and just be like, listen, I just want to clear the air with X, Y, and Z. Maybe you misinterpreted me. Maybe you took me the wrong way, and that way. And for that, I apologize. And I feel like he may be doing that. And, that's normal and a human thing to do, to be able to reflect and reset and kind of gather yourself and then bring yourself to a resolve and just be like, you know what? Let me just clear the air with certain people. I truly don't think that he wants to go back to WWE. But I think he does want to clear his name. So that's number one. Another part of me does feel like he just wants to make sure that all of his eggs are not in one basket. Because to be honest, when we talk about doing a brand split and we talk about like possibly building another roster and another show around one guy, that's a big financial risk, especially if allegedly the show is on a Saturday, which is probably not going to garner as much or as high of a rating as a Dynamite would, which is on a Wednesday. So I feel like he's just like, listen, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm just gonna make sure that however this ends up, I'll be all right. And once again, smart business move, and I can understand where he's coming from with that. So I say kudos to him. But yeah, I just think that Punk is just in a spot right now, like you said, he's gonna play checkers. I don't think he wants to leave AEW. I feel like he's legitimately comfortable there, but I do believe that he wants to make peace and he wants to do good business, and you can't blame the man for doing that. So that's all I have to say about that. But we want to know how y'all feel. Do you believe that CM Punk is WWE bound, or is he still all elite? Let us know in the comments below.